Hey, what's up everybody around the world? Welcome back to another tutorial in Revit Global Knowledge. Today I'm going to show you how to create building skin or facade for S20 SB High Quarter and Conference Hall in Revit. The project is located in Turkey and I saw there in online on Instagram for this building. It's quite interesting for their facade and I thought it would be interesting if I can build this kind of facade in Revit. Anyway, just give you a quick instruction. For me, we can using for generate model pattern best or using adaptive component to create those kind of facade. We just create two type of them to create those kind of facade. And anyway, for this tutorial, let's follow along together from start to finish. And before I getting started, I would like to ask you, and this is your first time reaching out to my channel or visiting to my channel and you didn't know about me yet, my name is Ben from Revit Global Knowledge. I'm going to help you from zero to hero and from beginner level to professional level. Make sure hit subscribe button below and turn on for all notifications for learn more about it. Okay, so let's switch into our project together. Okay, as you can see here, I'm in Autodesk Revit 2021 student version. So in my case there, I would like to create those components first. Only I go to concept schema to create those steps to apply into our project. But for me, you can using two way to create that. First thing you can use for generate model pattern best, and secondly you can using for adaptive component. I prefer go into using generate model pattern best because my style is I always want to do exact size when I want to apply pattern or those kind of adaptive component in my project for improve my design. Okay, so now let's go to our new there, then go to English. First thing I'm going to open for generate model pattern best, this guy over there, then I can hit open or double click, depend on you. Okay, so now file is generating. As you can see, now I read on my generate model pattern best interface. So what I'm going to do, I know my exactly size or exactly dimension that I want, so I just like my whole panel there is highlighting. So take a look on my property panel. I want to change my horizontal spacing to 25 0 is 2.5 meter, and for the vertical spacing I want to make it for 1 meter is the accurate size because I know what I'm going to do next is apply. Okay, so as you can see, here is our, let's say this here is the square here, rectangle here is a panel, here is our panel. So what I'm going to do next, I'm going to create some reference first. I just like my reference here, then select some point first, then I start placing for this corner there like this, then hit escape. What I'm going to do, I just like my point here, reference point here, then I'm going to move it, and we call this one I'm going to offset for a parametric. Going to move here, or you can press MV on your keyboard, then we straight away move it for half meter or 0.5 meter, then I move this one up for 0.5 meter also, or manually type for 500 millimeter. Okay, so what we are going to do next, we just go to our property panel there, then on the dimension here you will see for offset. So I want to assign for parameter just like here, then I'm going to create a new parameter here, then I just prefer to give a name for offset point A. Then let me Control C for copy first, then I can hit OK, then hit OK again. So I can go to my family type there, then for dimension there, as you can see, here is our new parametric that we create. So I would like to offset for 500 millimeter. It's applied, then we finish. As you can see, now we get our offset point. So what I'm going to do next, I'm going to connect my reference plane. By create that, I need to go to my reference plane, select line, select draw on first, make sure turn for 3D snapping and trend, then I start select from here 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, For connected, hit escape, then continue. 1, 2, 3 and 4, hit escape and go to here. 1, 2, 3, 4 and this guy is 5, hit escape. So now it's time to create our form. I just like here 1, 2, 3 and 4. Okay, perfect. So I'm going to create form there, solid form, then go to for the splat one. As you can see, now we got our profile already, so we can create another form for these two guys over there. But I want to assign for a new material. First, hit a tab key on my keyboard for select the whole component, then go to my property there. I can sort on material and finish this, and I can create a new material parametric. Then I'm going to create new, then we give a name for this guy over there is wire mesh. Then I can okay, then hit okay again. Let's create another material, another form there. I just like this three guy over there. Then I can go to create form, solid form. Make sure using for the thick one, for the splat one. So I can select those three guy over there again for create another form. Like one. Okay, perfect. Then let's assign a new material as well. Like here 1 and 2. Go to our property again. Create a parametric, create new one, then we give this one for us our photo reference or building skin that from our previous preview is ACM. ACM is mean alloy bond or aluminum composite material. For the full name, I can hit OK, then hit OK again. Perfect. Let's try to testing our parametric for the point first. Let's say I want to make it for 400 to 300 millimeter. Then I can apply. Let's see. Okay, perfect. Let's make it for 100 millimeter. Apply. Okay, perfect. Now I want to turn back for 500 millimeter. It's apply. Then I can create type 1. Just say this one is type 1. And I want to assign for ACM for material first. Just go to here, then create a new material there. Rename for ACM. Go to appearance library. Okay, you can choose whatever material that you want, but in my case I like for aluminum frame there. Then I can forward. Then here is updating material. I can hit apply, then hit OK. Create for wire mesh there. I can select again, then create a new material, then rename it for right click on cursor for rename. Just make it for some kind of we just follow our exact name wire mesh. Then can go to appearance library again. Okay, we go to metal again, then here got option for wire mesh. Basically you can create wire mesh from generic model pattern best, but in my case there I don't want to do that because with take my file is too heavy. But if you want to know that, you can check back my previous tutorial, and of course I will put link in description. I prefer for mesh expand this one. Then I can hit close. Then I know exactly now I got my material, but the material here is still updating. I can hit apply, then hit OK, then hit apply. Then I need to create a new type there. Just make it for type 2. Then I want to turn to type 1 first. Just make for 0.840 first. It's easier for me for splat 1. Apply. Then go back to my type 2. I can hit just make for 0.80 or so. Then I can hit OK first. Let's create another offset point there. By create that, I need to go to reference. The same method before, just go to point. Then select this guy over there here. Then I can select the point here. Then of course I need to move there 500 by 500. Just make it for, make sure our line is straight, 500 millimeter. Then I can move from here a 500 millimeter as well. Let me see, first 500 millimeter. Okay, then go to offset there. We need to assign new parametric there. Then just give a name for point B, offset for point B. Then I can hit OK. Okay, so now it's time to offset that. I want to offset point B for 500 millimeters, same as before. Apply and hit OK. The same instruction before, we need to connect that the front. Then I can go to line. I can start connect from here. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Hit escape first. Turn around. Then connect for the triangle there. Perfect. Okay, the last guy there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hit escape. Then I can start place them first. Okay, 4 point there. Create form, solid form, flat one. Okay, the triangle there. Hit Control key on your keyboard. Go for multiple selection. Another triangle there. Okay, perfect. Let's assign for material there. Select the panel here, the first panel here. Hit a tab key on my keyboard. Let me zoom in a bit. Okay, select here, then assign new parameter. Use for wire mesh. Hit OK. Then these two guys over there. 1 and turn around. 2. Material. Follow our previous one. ACM. Okay, perfect. Let's testing our parameter. Let's say we go to our family one, then I change to type 1, apply. And type 1, I want to make it for 500 millimeter. It's apply. Then go to type 2. Okay, perfect. Okay, so now it's time to create our apply into our project. I just go to file there. Then drop down finding for new conceptual mask and conceptual mask, metric mask, double click, open up, file is installing. I just simply go to rectangle here, then start like this, something like this. Yep, hit escape, then select the whole panel there, create form, solid form. Okay, so I want to make it around 25 meter. Okay, this one need to change for the small character. Okay, so I want to drag for the baking, drag it down like this. Just make it for 20 Okay, perfect. So what I'm going to do next, I just like my first surface here. Then I can divide surface and make sure you go through for the small arrow there, display property for open the nodes here. Open that, then hit open. Okay, so now it's easier for us to apply that. How can you apply that? You just go to your create here, then go to our component. Of course we haven't load yet, so we need to go to load. I go back to my 3D and just load into our project. Basically you need to sell first, but I sell already for on my previous one, so I want to sell again. So I can go to create tab, and of course we go to component. Okay, so place on first. It's time to apply that. Just move in a bit like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, perfect. 1, 2, 3, 4. Go to another guy there. 1, 2, 3, 4. Again, 1, 2, 3, 4. Hit escape. Okay, so as you can see, this component here is just for a type 1, but we just create two type is follow our photo reference for headquarter conference hall. So what I'm going to do, I just select my component there 1 and hold control key on my keyboard for multiple selection, then change from type 1 to type 2. As you can see, it's reflection. It's perfect for me. So I just select my number 3 and number 4. So we can repeat that like our adaptive component. I can go to repeat, just select repeat. So far we'll be repeating, as you can see, it's quite fast and perfect for our facade there is follow properly. And of course I can change that. Let's say like this guy there, I can change to type 2. As you can see will be reflection and the will be change automatically, and when I turn it for realistic is same as our photo reference, because here we got, okay, here is two things we could not see clearly. Basically this one you could saw it clearly when you apply into your project, but I don't know what happened this time. But of course this is how you can create your facade or building skin in Revit for this kind of facade. Then I can change it for shape, yep, easier and to see that. Let me change this one to type 1, as you can see. Change this one to type 1 again. Okay, I think we got something wrong when we apply that. Let me go back a few seconds. Sorry about that. Let me turn back a few seconds first. Okay, let me see first. This one I got applied wrong already. Basically, I need to delete my panel first. Basically, apply like this can, but as you know, is our previous one is we apply its correct size, so we need to set our size first. It will be follow our dimension. Its horizontal spacing is 2.5 meter and vertical spacing is 1 meter. This is our mistake for apply our pattern best. Basically you can apply that, but not what reality that you want. So I can select my whole panel there, then I can change from this one to fixed distance and just make it for 1 meter, and change here to fixed distance and make it for 2.5 meter. Apply. Okay, here is, I think here is perfect position. I can go to create tab again, go to component, then we can place that, slowly place that. Sorry about my previous mistake. As you can see, here is what we want, it's a correct one. Then I can continue like this, 1, 2, 3, 4. Then continue that. Here is correct way how to apply our pattern. Hit escape, then I can select those two guys there, then go to our property, change to type 2. As you can see, it's perfect. So what we are going, let's turn this one for realistic first. Okay, the top here is wire mesh, but I don't know what happened basically why going like this. On my previous one I got do it properly, but that is the point that how you can create that. But I think it's about my PC graphic is too low, that's why the graphic is so up like this. Before I do the recording, my graphic is running properly for this shape and apply into my project for the material type. Okay, I can do hidden line, go to shape first. Okay, so what we are going to do next, I just like here 1, 2, 3, 4, then go to repeat again. That will be repeating. As you can see, it's running properly and got exactly what we want to apply into our project, like our building skin from our previous photo review. And of course you can play around and change it. Let's say I select this guy there, then I change to type 2, will be change that. As you can see, will be reflect. Okay guys, I think it's pretty much for this tutorial, and thank you for joining me from start to finish. And I'm sorry if I got mistaken for something wrong for this tutorial, but basically I know on my previous, before I start recording, is my material is running properly, but I think because of my computer graphic it's become like this. But at least you got the point. Thank you guys for joining me from start to finish, and don't forget to hit subscribe button below and Turn on for all notification for learn more about Revit. Your like and your subscriber is motivate me to bring more professional content to more about Revit. Okay, I see you for another tutorial in Revit and have a nice day. Thank you.